Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, IFBB Pro Roxy Beckles here, and I'm so excited to have you on today's video. So today I want to get into a topic that I know is probably one of the biggest thorns in your side if you are a woman out there who's trying to lose some fat, trying to change her body, and trying to do it the healthy way. And today I want to talk about calories and bring to the table that you're probably not eating enough, and how eating to be lean, eating more, can actually get you to your results quicker and sooner. And I also want to give you a quick equation that you can use to see fat loss, but keep the muscle that you have and really burn some fat like never before. And I'll tell you what, you are not alone out there. If you are a woman who is dealing with this and nutrition is the one thing that just trips you off. I mean, a lot of us can go to the gym, a lot of us can show up, a lot of us can work our butts off, and you might even be generally eating healthy. But if you are not eating enough, then you're not going to see any kind of results, or you'll see some results at first, but then everything is going to stall and you're going to get super frustrated. And you're going to wonder why nothing is working. Well, I want to discuss that with you right here, right now. So let's go ahead and strap right in. For those of you who have never seen me before, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is IFBB Pro Roxy Beckles, and I have been in the fitness industry since 1997. So that's been a very long time, honey. My career right now is literally the age of a full-grown adult who can drink and who can smoke and who can freaking vote. But I love fitness. I have a passion for it, and I love sharing what I've learned throughout the years with everyone that I touch base with, especially my clients, and especially those who connect with me on all my social media platforms. And really what I do today, I love to be able to inspire women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, and just teach them how they can do better, how they can rewrite their stories, how they can reshape their bodies, how they can change their entire lifestyles and reach goals that they never really realized that they could, and to do it through a healthy way of approaching fitness and really embracing themselves along the way. So let's go ahead and just jump right into today's conversation. Now, guess what? You guys know me. I got some notes. I got some notes right over here. So you're going to see me go like this and then go like this, because I'm keeping it real, okay? I'm just going to go talk right through this and not act like I got it all in my brain, okay? I don't got it all in my brain. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right in. You'll see me grab some notes and come back to you. So the first thing that I actually want to open up with is this. And this is probably one of the most important things that I can say to you when it comes to this process of fat loss or even lean building. Whether you are a competitor or not, it doesn't even matter. This is what I call the Rockstar Fitness mantra when it comes to nutrition. This is the number one thing that all of my clients learn right out of the gate when we start working together. And it's this. Write this down. Grab a pen or use your phone or whatever. Write this down, okay? You must eat to be lean. Eat to be strong. Eat to gain muscle. Eat to have the body of your dreams. Food is your greatest ally. It is not your worst enemy. Now I'm going to say that again, okay? Food is your greatest ally. It is not your worst enemy. So the number one thing that I need you to do is embrace the fact that, honey, you need to eat to see the changes that you want to see in your body. And honestly speaking, the problem with most women is that you're not eating enough, that you are starving yourselves, that you're just like going about restricting. And I can't even tell you that it's your fault, because it's not your fault. The industry actually tells us that, hey, in order to lose weight, you gotta go on a diet, right? Well, that is true, because the game is calories in and calories out. However, what we are taught is to go on these extreme diets and to go through the absolute most just to be able to change your body. And none of it is sustainable. And that's why you might have lost some weight before, changed your body, and have seen some great results, but then boom, it all stops. You hit plateaus and your body just won't do anything anymore. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you are simply not eating enough. So ladies, you gotta eat more, okay? And the trippy thing is that when you start to see like, wow, my body actually starts to respond when I do eat more. It's like it takes you a minute to kind of get used to that like thought pattern. But I'm telling you here, right now, I have been able to change women just like you to help them to see results by simply adding more calories to the game. And a lot of people ask me this, it's like, hey Rox, so do I have to eat like 5, 6, 7 meals a day? Because I'm not used to that. I eat maybe 2 meals a day. I eat three meals or 4 meals a day. And I like to personally say, look, when I do a diet for a client, I'm going to ask them, how many meals a day are you eating right now? Now, if they're eating 1 meal a day, then I'm like, look, honey, you got to eat more. If they're eating 2 meals, I'm like, look, honey, you got to eat a little more. Preferably, I like my clients to stick around anywhere between 3 to about 5 meals a day. Some of my clients might have about 6 meals. It really just depends on the person. So it's not so much about, you have to stick to a certain number of meals per day, as it is making sure that you're getting in all of the calories that you personally need in order to see your body do its thing. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the fact that so many of you are doing this other thing, which is a big faux pas in my book. And you're looking at macros, right? You're looking at macros like carbs or fats. Those two in particular, especially carbs these days, which has like the biggest like fear label on it. And you're cutting everything out. You're cutting out all carbs. Some of you are on super low fat diets. Some of you are on diets that are like super low carb and low fat. I don't know how the hell you function, but let me just let you know that's not necessarily needed, okay? Because the body needs food in order to just process, to be alive. Our endocrine system as women really relies on fat in the diet. And if you take all of that out, that's when you start seeing some hormonal imbalances and a bunch of other really crazy things happening with your body when you go super low to the extremes. Looking at carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is a major source. It's actually one of the first sources of energy that the body loves to use. It loves to use glycogen, which is broken down carbohydrates, stored in the muscles, stored in the liver, and the body uses that as its first source of energy. But here you are cutting everything out, completely out. Now, I'd like to say that, I do believe in dieting with, let's say, like low carbs and even some approaches to keto, because what's happening in those types of approaches is that your carbs are coming all the way down, but your fats are going all the way up. And if one comes down or the other, they work conversely. So if carbs go down, fats must go up. Or if fats go down, carbs must come up. So you got to keep that in mind. But eliminating full food groups just for the sake of doing that because you think it's going to help you to lose weight, biggest mistake, honey, biggest mistake. Because also what happens is those are the kind of diets that people tend to fall off of because they're so unrealistic. Why the heck are you doing that to yourself? You're looking at things like, going gluten-free, or you're looking at things like no fruits. Or you're looking at things like, only eating white fish and chicken. Like, these are all things that are not sustainable. And you want to truly question and ask why. Why are you doing that? Of course, it's going to work in the short term, but it doesn't work in the long term. And the more disturbing part about all of this is that a lot of times I see these diets given to women who are working with coaches who just don't understand nutrition, who just don't understand the body, who don't understand how physiology and metabolism works. So they go and do these extreme plans and they give clients like hours of cardio. You can freaking starve someone and cardio them to death. But it doesn't mean that that's going to be a sustainable result. So what I want to say to you is think twice before you do those kinds of things, because these are the very same gimmicks that are kind of holding you back. The next thing that I want to also say or bring to the table that a lot of you are not doing that's tripping you up is this. You gotta cheat to be lean, girl. You gotta cheat to be lean. You gotta cheat. I'm gonna say that again. You gotta cheat to be lean, okay? Here's the thing. So let's just do some basic physiology right here. Like physiology 101. We're gonna make it super simple. So what happens with the body when you diet, okay? First of all, number one, hunger is gonna go up. And for those of you who don't like to be hungry when you're dieting, I don't know what kind of diet you expect to be on, because hunger is actually a good thing to tell you, hey, this thing is working here. You're doing the right thing, girl, you know? So learn how to deal with that in a good way. But also the body starts to down-regulate certain hormones like leptin. It starts to increase things like ghrelin, which it signals the brain that your gut is empty and you need to eat. That's why hunger goes up. And then another thing is happening is that your thyroid hormone is going down. So that gets down-regulated. So your metabolism slows down. And there's a bunch of other things that are happening as well in that equation with hormones and all that other stuff that happen when you're dieting. Now imagine you're on this prolonged diet for like God knows how long, months, weeks, whatever. Some of y'all years. Some of y'all have been dieting low calories for a long time and you're stuck and you're wondering why you're stuck. Honey, it's because of all of these things that are happening, the down regulation of the body, and it's completely natural. But in order to do this smarter, you've got to be able to trick the body, okay? You can't really trick the body, by the way, okay? Body's been around for millions of years. You ain't tricking nothing, okay? You're just playing the cards right, okay? So what you need to do is actually raise your calories. And for some of you, if you've been dieting for a long period of time, it's not just going to be one cheat meal that's going to help you to do that. Some of y'all need to take some diet breaks, like where you might spend a week, 2 weeks, or even 4 weeks. I've had clients eating 4 weeks at maintenance and then starting to see their bodies respond like never before, even if they've been stuck on plateaus for God knows how long. Some of y'all need to do that. Take a diet break. And then once you start dieting again, to add a cheat meal in there. And how often you cheat is really up to you. You can cheat once a week. You can cheat every other week. For those of you who have super high metabolisms and you need to just eat a little bit more, you can even have a cheat meal like twice a week. One that's a regular size thing and something that's like a small treat or something like that during the week. I do that with a lot of my clients. The next thing that you can do for those of you, especially who are on like lower carb plans, is you might want to have a refeed where you don't go super crazy, but you raise your carbohydrates up to a higher degree. When I say higher degree, guys, I don't mean like you're eating like 50 grams of carbs a day, and then now you're eating 120 or 100. That's not hot. That's not high carb. I mean, I'm talking about 200, 300. Take your body weight, multiply it by 2. And that's how many grams of carbs I want you to eat in that one day. Keep the fats low and keep the protein at about 0.9 to 1 times your body weight in pounds. And then you're going to see your body in the next couple of days just like freaking start moving again. And it's these kind of things, these refeeds, these cheat meals, these diet breaks. That is the key to prolonged fat loss. That is the key to getting off of hurdles. That is the key to changing your body and losing weight and seeing that progress inch along, okay? The truth of the matter is that you're gonna hit plateaus. The truth of the matter is that fat loss isn't always going to be like that. The truth of the matter is that, you know how they say, you ever seen that little like meme graphic and you see it's like this ball of like lines, you know, the arrow goes one way, there's a ball of lines and the arrow goes out that way, you know, or the one where there's like a straight line and there's a line that goes like little steps, right? And the arrow goes up, because it's basically saying that progress is never linear. Fat loss is never linear. But these are ways that you can keep the ball rolling over time in the direction that you want to move it in, towards fat loss, towards changing your body. And you got to do it in a smarter way, okay? So that's part A. So those are some things that you need to consider when it comes to how you're eating, how you need to eat more in order to see your body truly change. Now, let's get into the equation, okay? So I want to give you some simple math, some simple dimple math about how you can go ahead and figure out how many calories should you be eating per day if fat loss is your goal, okay? And this is a super simple equation. And to be honest with you, like, I don't personally use this equation when I'm like thinking about client plans or when I'm designing a training program or a diet program for someone. In my mentorship program, I actually use more detailed and scientific calculations, okay? But what I find is that even this simple equation gives you numbers that are within the ballpark of the formulas that even I use with clients. I tend to use the Harris-Benedict formula, which is like this long formula, you know, all this like calculus kind of math just to be able to find out how many calories somebody should be eating per day, okay? But this is like a simplified version of that. and still going to give you within that ballpark of what you would get if you would use the Harris-Benedict formula. Okay, so basically speaking, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the number 15. Okay, the number 15, and I want you to multiply your body weight in pounds by 15. Okay, and that's going to give you the amount of calories that you should be eating per day. Okay, so try that out. So write that down right now. Take your body weight, multiply that by 15. Okay, so that's how many calories you should be eating per day. Now, if you're somebody who has a slower metabolism, it's really hard for you to lose weight and this, that, the other, then you can try to use the factor of 13 or 14. So 13 or 14 times your body weight will give you roughly about what you need to be eating per day. And that's to like support your energy levels for training, living your life, being fabulous, glowing up, whatever you got to do. Okay, so that's going to be the base. Okay, now I like to, let's say you really want to push fat loss. Okay, so I like to start off when I write a diet for someone, they really want to see some progress happening. They want to see some weight loss happening. So I'm going to go ahead and push a little bit harder in the beginning because we can always add more food back in, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So you can start off, once you figure out what your number is, 15 times body weight or 13 or 14 times body weight, you're going to subtract 20% from that number. Okay, so let's say if you figured out you're supposed to eat like 2,400 calories a day, 2,400 calories minus 20% will give you roughly how many calories you need to eat per day in order to see some initial fat loss. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Some of y'all just did that equation and you're looking at your numbers like, holy shit, I got to eat that much food, Roxy? Yes, because why? You need to eat to be lean, honey. You do, okay? And some of you guys are not used to eating that much. Like I will do that equation or something, like I said, I'll use the Harris-Benedict formula with my clients and then subtract 20% from that. And there may be left with like 1,800, 1,900, 2,000, 2,200, 2,400, depending on how much they weigh or whatever, all this other factors, activity and all that other stuff. And they're like, holy crap, I can't believe I have to eat this much food. But they didn't see their bodies respond in a way it's never responded before. So trust me, after 21 years of doing this, I am telling you the absolute truth. Okay? Now here's what you do. Equations are just that. They're scientific equations. It's not set in stone. The beauty about programming, and this is why I love it so much, it's like an experiment every time you run these kind of things. You got to put it in action. You got to put it in action and see what your body does, okay? Observe what your body does. Observe how you feel. Take your weight. Weigh yourself maybe once a week or so. Take your measurements. Be cognizant about how you feel during the day. Be cognizant about how the energy levels that you have in your workouts. Are you alert? Are you feeling energized? Are you feeling alive? And are you seeing your results move along? And if you are, just leave everything the same and don't change it until the body says, hey, drop calories a little bit. There's nothing wrong with staying on the same caloric level for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've had clients on a plan for 6 weeks without having to change their calories once, but they drop 10, 15, 20 pounds. Boom, just like that. You know, because we work in a more intelligent way, and that's what this game is all about, working in a more intelligent way, okay? Now, you want to be able to see yourself lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Anything more than that, you're likely going to be you're losing muscle, okay? So some of you are probably like, Rox, I want to lose more than that. No, don't rush it. We are not in a rush. 1 to 2 pounds a week is perfect. When you initially come onto a plan, you're going to probably see yourself lose a little bit more. So you might see 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds off. But that's going to start to stabilize. Don't get freaked out when it does, okay? If you're losing more than 2 pounds a week, you can go ahead and adjust things so that way you put more calories in so that way you're not sitting too low. Or if you're losing less than 1 pound a week and you want to push that along, take the deficit down a little bit more. Subtract about 100 calories, 250 or so off of the total that you found out. Now, here's the second part of the equation that's really important. Because remember, it's not just about diet that we're thinking about here. We also have to think about how you are factoring in your training. And when you are working out, I want you to wear some kind of a tracking device or heart rate monitor that measures calories and stuff like that. And I want you to aim to burn anywhere between an additional 250 to 500 calories or so on top of whatever number you figured out you're taking away from the diet. So for a lot of you, that might be about 500 calories off of your diet. Okay, maybe it might be a little bit more. Then what you're gonna do is add another 250, 500 calories in activity, and boom, you've got like 750 to 1,000 calories down right there just from activity and diet, working hand in hand. And then just finding what balance of that works for you by tweaking your numbers, tweaking the activity level and stuff like that. Ladies, it's not rocket science, it's just science, okay? And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. I know everyone makes it seem like it's so much more than it actually is. But these are the things that I actually also teach to my clients, because to me, it's so important that my clients are fully independent. So that way when they finish working with me, when we're done and we reach their goals, that they can continue on their own. And they don't need to hire another coach ever again in their entire lives if they don't want to. So I actually spend time teaching my clients this kind of math. I teach them how to create meal plans for themselves. I teach them how to create training programs for themselves. I teach them how to be more objective when it comes to like figuring out how their progress is moving along. And you know what? If this is something that you feel that you want to learn, like you want these actionable skills, that's what I call them, actionable skills, to help you to reach your goals without relying on someone else doing it for you. You don't want to work with a coach or a trainer the rest of your life. You want to be independent, right? Right, exactly. Why aren't other coaches and trainers teaching this? Because the more you rely on them, the bigger their pocketbooks get, you know? The more you're kept in the dark, the more you have to spend. Me, I'm just like, hey, look, spend the money up front. Let's go ahead and get serious, and let's go ahead and get you to a point that 1 year from today, you finish my program, you are completely independent, and I can make room for the next person to come in whose life I can impact. So if that's something that, you know, you like and you want to go ahead and get into, go ahead and check out my website, okay? Set up a clarity call with me, rockstarfitness.com/clarity call, and let's go ahead and just talk. Completely free, okay? This is not even a sales call. It's for me to talk to you about your goals, what you have going on, what's been getting you stuck, and then try to help you find some solutions. And if we feel that, you know, we're gonna be a really great match to work together, then we'll go ahead and take the next step, set up another call where we can talk about exactly what that looks like for you and for your personal goals. And you don't have to be a competitor, by the way. I work with both competitors and non-competitors. So that's it. Listen, I really hope that today's video has helped you out, okay? Why don't you go ahead and share your comments, share your questions, and what I'll do is at the end of this video, I will go back and I'm gonna look at everything and I'm gonna answer your questions in the comment box and stuff like that. Be sure to share this video. Share this video with your friends, like it, comment, this, that, and the other if you're watching this from my Facebook. If you're watching this from my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel, honey. Okay, subscribe to my channel and make sure that you get my notifications so that way when I put new videos up, you don't miss it. And once again, if you want to go ahead and get on the call with me, 30 minutes can change your life. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I love to do. And I would be so honored to help you to get to the next level. So go ahead and reach out to me, rockstarfitness.com/clarity call. All right, guys, I hope that this video was informative for you and we will talk soon. Bye-bye, toodles.